Okay, part two here. So we had a couple of edits, but it worked out pretty well. Now, this chart here is 359. Okay, and it says for the G string cutout, try pentatonics. Instead of completing the next cage after the master key, root 2-3, we will be returning to the missing fifth modal scale degree of the current modal scale. I demonstrated that in last time's lesson, that with the play away, I guess the play away, we could kind of sneak back one more chart here. Okay, we were on this chart anyway. Yeah, we were on 358 anyway. I thought we were going to 357. We're not going to go to 357. Okay, so here's the down C tune fret nut, and here's a normal E tune fret nut. Key is C, E would be the third. Here's the root 2-3. Okay, so let's look at some of these familiar. Oh, before I show you the familiar little patterns that we're going to use, just want to tell you in play away what that statement had said was we do root 2-3, 4-5-6, 7 root 2, 3-4-5, 6-7 root 2-3-4. Now we're going up to 2-3-4. We're not going back to root 2-3 because we built the pattern like a brick wall. When it hit the tuning third, it wanted to go this way. Well, actually it wanted to go that way. It wanted to go to the right. So it did, and it went from the root 2-3, the E, RE, it went there to the 2D there. So we ended up over here. Now, that was a total of 6 string shapes, different modal string shapes. We're missing one of them. We're always missing one of them. Which one are we missing? Well, as it turns out, we're always missing the fifth of the modal in the 6. So if we start our modal on root, okay, the fifth is going to be the Mixolydian 5, 6, 7. So we don't have the 5, 6, 7 in that build. Okay. When we play root 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, root 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, root 2, 3, 4, we do not have the 5, 6, 7 in that play away from the fret nut build. But we do have the fifth if we take a cutout on the fourth string up, S4. We'll go 3, 4, and then return to the string shape scale that starts on the scale degree that is 1 less than that on the B string. So this is the G string shape, 6, 7 root. We're going to go 3, 4, not play the 5 because it's doubled. We're going to go half a string shape there, cut out on the G string. That's what the G string cutout is. We're not going to play 3, 4, or 5. We're going to just go 3, 4, and then over to the fifth string shape, because the string shape underneath the modal string shape is its fifth. Okay? It's the fifth string shape. Alright, so it's the fifth degree in that modal scale, no matter which one you do. We can start it from A. Let's start from A. Let's give A a little attention. 5, 6, 7, root 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, that's 3. Fourth string is 7, root 2. Fifth string warp up for 3, 4, 5. Sixth string, 6, 7, root. What comes after 6, 7, root? 2, 3, 4, right? Just keep counting. Where's 2, 3, 4? It's over here. Where's 2, 3, 4? It's here, but it wasn't in the build that we just played. That's play away. We'd have to do a cutout on the G string. Cutout. Here's our D. 2, 3, 4. That's the D shape of the root. So that's how that works. Okay, so that was just a demonstration of that note, that theorem note that we had on the previous chart. Now let's look at the patterns, and we're still in a review phase, and we're going to get to the new stuff, which is triads again. But this time triads in a beautiful kind of missing, I call it the triad missing links. And I'll give you a little preview. What is the missing link? If you have a 6-string guitar, right, you have triads on the bottom, such as the G-shaped triad. And you have triads on the top, such as the D-shaped triad. But what are and then you have a triad in the lower middle, the E triad, right? The E-shaped triad. Then you have triads in the upper middle, which is the A-shaped triad, one of them. But we're going to look at all the modal triads in the two missing links, which is the upper middle and the lower middle. Those are the missing links so far. I haven't linked them horizontally, but vertically they are certainly the mysterious missing triads. But first we're going to just review about pentatonics here. So in the long pattern, okay, for the long pattern, as we saw before, we have 5, 6, 7, root 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You have that up here in any one of these builds, so we can look at it in the A box. 5, 6, 7, root 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now I've taken out the 4th and the 7th, the Lydian and the Locrian, and we're left with Mixolydian, Aeolian, Ionian, Dorian, Phrygian. Okay, we're left with those 5. But we're taking out the Lydian and the Locrian 7. Okay, so what's left is 5, 6, root 2, 3, 5, 6. So that's one thing that helps us in pentatonics, and I showed you that with the E, where we played that pentatonic in the last part of part 1, where I messed it up. Almost. What I was going to do is a ramp pattern, and I messed the ramp pattern up. So it didn't matter, because I shouldn't be showing you a ramp pattern, because we're trying to stay in the cages right now. Okay, a ramp pattern is only going to take you really not too far. It's going to be 5, 6, root 2, 3, 5, 6, root 2, 3, 5, 6, root 2, 3. Okay, so here's the E box up here, and we started the A box there. We actually want 2 cages over, kind of thing. We want 2 cages over there. But remember, there's 2 E cages. There's the Locrian E and the Ionian E string-shaped cages. The long E is root 2, 3. The Locrian one is 7, root 2. So how many notes over did we go? Okay, once again, if we start from 5, 6, 7, and we ended up, what, root 2, 3 up here, we went over 1, 2, 3 scale member string shapes. Okay, so it takes you over that long pattern ramp takes you over 3 string shapes, scale shapes. When I talk about scale members, I'm talking about like that. Scale member, scale member. Here's scale member plus 2. 1 plus 2. This plus 2. This plus 2. Okay, up the white keys. So there's half steps and whole steps mixed in there, but it's just one plus and minus scale member. We call them like thirds, fourths, but really the number of chromatic increments, frets if you will, is going to vary. And that's an important concept to make guitar easy. So let's finish up this little topic here about the patterns. So we have 5, 6, root 2, 3, 5, 6. Okay, just like we have that little long pattern S3XL block in the A box up here. So really what we've got is this, it's just root 2, 3 is the long part, and we call that the master key pattern. It sits on top of the S3S. Remember the S3S over here? Okay, so we just play the S3S, but we're going to take that long pattern to get over to the